that's weird.
Ah,
Okay.
there you go. See, you fixed it. Well done.
Good thing you said something, or else we would have done the whole hour.
We've just done like 10 minutes of probably the best show ever. And we just fucking record.
We had amazing footage, and I forgot to hit record.
Yeah, but we were basically talking about us.
Luke told me his whole stack. You guys, anyway.
Yeah, it's so much. There's stuff in there I've never heard of. It's like bingo numbers.
Anyways, what we're talking about is our merchandise, and I think what we should do is this: we'll have one website called bodybuildingandbollocks.com or something like that, and when all the orders come in, you'll just handle all the orders on your side of the world, and I'll handle all the orders in North America.
Yeah, but we do need to figure out a way to do that. What's the easiest way of doing it?
Well, the orders will just come in. Oh, I see what you're saying, because people want to know how much they're paying for shipping. Unless we just do flat rate shipping. We just do like $15.
Yeah.
Because that pretty much covers me on my end. Like when I ship, I do flat rate $15.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do that.
So we'll just do.
I think that's like £7, which is
yeah.
right.
So if you're ordering from the UK, you'll pay $7.50. Is it pounds?
I think so. Yeah, it's pounds.
Okay, so pounds, and then on our side we'll do $15 Canadian, or American, sorry, which is a little bit expensive, but that's really what it costs to get it out.
Yep.
And then you'll handle all the shipping on your side. I'll handle all the shipping on my side.
Yeah, we've got to come up with some designs now.
And then I'll put all the money in my bank account and give you a small cut.
just like the podcast. You take all the glory.
Yeah, because
it's all on your channel.
Because I make so much money off the podcast. I'm rolling in it. You know what?
Yeah, somebody said this to me the other day. They're like, "Oh, dude, you must be so getting minted from that podcast." It's like, you fucking joking? This is free. This is free, mate.
I'll tell you the truth. The ones that I'm just trying to turn on my settings so my phone doesn't go off.
Nice.
Why isn't it? Okay. So the truth is this: most of our podcasts are demonetized because we talk about anal and fucking steroids and everything. So I think it must have got reported or something the first time, and now every time our thing comes up, like every other one or two or three in a row will be demonetized.
Very weird.
And then the ones that do go through, that I do collect money on, I probably make like $25 or $40 or something like that. So I'll send you $20 and we'll call it even.
Yeah, cool. Or just send me a free t-shirt.
I'll send you.
But the thing is, there's so many people making so much money from their YouTube channels.
Yeah, but it's not for 20,000 views.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
But they're like 25, 30,000 views, but they're doing like 2, 3, 4 videos a week.
Yeah, that's okay. You can build up in volume. I'm saying the 20,000 views that this gets once a week, it's actually very high considering most of the other bodybuilding podcasts I've looked at. So people do seem to like the show. That's great. I love that. But as far as 20,000 views goes for videos on YouTube, there's not a lot of money behind that.
No, that's right. But unless you're doing them really consistently.
Yeah, if we were doing one every day or something like that, but then nobody would listen to this shit because it would get boring if we didn't.
I'm fucking surprised anyone does anyway, to be fair. Like, I get quoted.
That's not true. Actually, that's not true. You know what? I actually, because me and my wife were just fucking around, and I actually sat and listened to our podcast with James last week.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty fucking good.
Is it?
Yeah. It's
I don't want to jinx it because I don't watch any of my own videos.
I'm not.
In case I change them.
I'm not trying to say like, well, there's no way we can change it. We're just being ourselves. So it's not like we can, but I'm not sitting here going, oh yeah, it's the greatest podcast in the world. But I was like, this is kind of funny because the thing I noticed about our podcast versus other bodybuilding podcasts is we barely talk about bodybuilding.
Which is what makes it so good.
But I think that's why people like it, because they're like, look, we already know you fucking eat 300 grams of protein. We already know you train your ass off. We don't want to hear about how you trained on the leg press. You're sitting over here telling me how many girls you fucked, and I'm telling you fucking, and James is telling me how he wipes his ass.
I definitely haven't revealed that specific like information.
Anyway, James sat there and told us all how he wipes his ass.
He also told us he likes feet.
That was a big one.
That was my fault, actually. That's been a lot of people's highlight.
That's what made me laugh my ass off, is you totally outed him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even the way you said it, you were just starting trouble. You're like, yeah, well, James likes feet.
I think what happened was I remember me and James were talking in the gym that day, and I was like, I'm going to bring up your feet, and he was like, don't be a cunt, fuck it, don't you fucking dare, son.
You
So,
did it anyway.
and that made me do it anyway. So I think you got to the end of the show and you're like, oh, it's been like 2 fucking hours. Let's wrap it up here, guys. It was good to have you on. And I was like, oh yeah, so James is a foot fetish. Dude, I think we're gonna get shit for this episode because so just to put it out there, I've got a cold and I'm a bit snivelly, so I'm a bit.
That's okay. I already went through that. I was.
So I'm gonna try and I'm trying to get it over here.
Well, we promised. I promised people that this week we would be, even though we're just talking about how we're not bodybuilding, a bodybuilding podcast.
Yeah, we probably should. We should answer some of the questions, is what you're saying, isn't it?
Well, this is the thing. I feel bad because even though people like the show, every week we get like 300 questions.
And we answer a grand total of maybe 3 or 4, which is only is about 2%.
I was actually shocked last week because I thought because James was with us, I thought we were going to be more serious.
Are you joking?
I just thought James was like the more grounded one.
He's not on real bodybuilding. This is bodybuilding and bollocks, which means it's half bollocks. And then you add a third person, and it becomes 2/3 bollocks.
You know, James got couldn't get 2 words in, eh?
Oh yeah, but he loved it. He's used to doing the Size Game podcast with me as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is because I'm actually quite quiet normally because I don't really talk to anyone. I'm at home I'm just with the dog. So when I come on here, it's like I'm like my son.
Yeah.
I can't shut the fuck up.
Before we start with the questions, though, I have to fucking rant my ass off.
Is it this video you told me to watch earlier?
Oh my god!
Is the guy like?
Well, who is this fucking asshole, and why do Generation Iron keep fucking using him?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Fouad is talking about Anthony, of course.
Anthony, yes,
yeah.
Anthony. For those of you who don't know Anthony, if you haven't watched the previous podcast, Evan gave him the name Anthony. His name is Dr. Tony Huge, but he's not a doctor. I know people say he's a doctor, he's a lawyer, whatever. That's considered a doctor. But the way his videos come off, he's implying that he's a medical doctor.
He's a fucking mong.
He's a piece of shit because, and this is why I say he's a piece of shit. And I'm sorry, I usually don't. As I've grown up, I've learned not to shit on other people and just leave them do their thing. But this one is especially shitty because making promises like you're going to put on 15 pounds of muscle in 7 days means you're a fucking asshole.
Right. Unless you're Captain America, right? That's not happening.
Yeah. It's not. That's what pisses me off. And the saddest part about it is it's not people's fault. It's his fault. He actually has a doctorate, so he can actually call himself a doctor.
Yeah.
So people are looking at this guy and they're going, well, he's got muscles, even though he's not fucking huge. He's got some muscle. But people are looking at this guy and they go, he's got muscle and he's a doctor. He must know what he's talking about. I'm going to buy his shitty fucking SARMs that can make me huge.
Yeah, like Anthony.
It's like, dude, you can't put on why can't people just use a little common sense? If you could put on 15 pounds of muscle in a fucking week, wouldn't we all be doing that?
Yeah.
Like most
15 pounds of muscle in 2 to 3 years is pretty good.
Yeah, I tell people if you've done everything perfectly, you probably put on 10 pounds a year.
If that,
but I'm saying this is like if you're still starting out.
Yeah, in our level, a pound, 2-3 pounds of muscle a year is about as much as you're going to get.
Forget about it. Yeah, no. But even in your very first year, if you're a fucking phenom, maybe 15 pounds, and that's if you're like a genetic freak. Yeah. And that's in a whole year. This guy's promising 15 pounds of muscle in a fucking week.
Well, he's a fucking bellend, this guy. And
okay, but wait a minute. Can you explain to me why Generation Iron is posting about him? Why are they using this guy?
Because they're obviously morons too, aren't they? I mean,
yeah, but I thought they were supposed to stand for something like they're supposed to be
I'm not sure how much the Generation Iron movies and the website are linked. I think.
Well, the guy's doing the movies.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Because they've made articles about me before. They've paraphrased things I've said on podcasts and made this sensationalist clickbait articles about it. And I just think they're just fucking dickheads as well, to be fair. But this Tony Huge knob, Anthony, there's one thing he says in this little shit clip is when he's like, "You need to take steroids to look like me, mate. I looked like you pretty much before I started training.
Yeah. That's kind of There's a lot that he says that I'm just like, and this is the thing. You know what that's the craziest part to me is, there's a lot of YouTube fucking knobs that are like this guy that are like, you can do this and you can do that. The part that frustrates me the most is somebody gave him money to come do it on.
Well, I imagine he's a lawyer, which means he's probably earned good money, is it, from his job?
No, but I'm saying somebody gave them a platform. Like if this was Tony Hughes' dog shit fucking YouTube channel, he'd probably be just another YouTube guy.
I thought it was. I thought that Enhanced Athlete shit is his own brand.
But I thought it was put on the platform of Generation Iron, which gives it a little bit of credibility. Because I don't think people make the separation between.
Yeah, but haven't Generation Iron interviewed like Boston Lloyd and things as well? I don't know if they have or haven't, but they have they have Nick Trigili. Nick, I don't have a problem with Nick. Some of what he says I don't agree with. Some of what he says is great, but again, he is purposely in what he does to poke people, and it's controversial.
But Nick has never said something fucking stupid as
no. But what I mean is,
put 15 pounds on.
Sometimes he's very, very controversial on purpose, which is great for YouTube. Yeah. So they choose people like that. Nick's not a very good example. I just can't think of anyone else to use. But they use people that are controversial and deliberately poke people and rub people up the wrong way to build up clickbait. That's what it is. It's only Hughes' clickbait.
And I agree with you, but I don't think. Yeah, Nick is probably a bad example because I think Nick says things that are true that get people upset.
Yeah, that's true. But
whereas this guy is just flat out fucking lying.
That's good. Yeah. But I more meant just the way Nick knows full well he pisses people off.
Yeah. But he'll say something truthful.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
Or whatever, or could seem true. That would piss somebody.
But that being said, it's still controversial.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And I think Tony is controversial. Nick's controversial.
But the problem I have with it is the lying. It's just the lying. That's the problem I have with it. It's like fuck you.
But the thing is, he might genuinely believe his own bullshit.
It doesn't. I doubt it. I know there's no possible way because he can't put on 15 pounds of muscle in a week. Nobody can.
Well, I think the thing is, unless he depletes himself, the only way you can put 15 pounds on in a week is if you deplete yourself quite heavily for a couple of weeks, and then go to town on carbs all week with a ton of insulin, and you will put on about. But that isn't. But wait. That's not muscle.
No, that's right. That's my point.
Yeah, it's not muscle.
Nobody said I could put on 15 pounds in a fucking day. I've done it.
No, but the whole insulin thing, it would probably look like muscle. You should be like,
that's fine.
It's still not muscle.
You can say, I can get you to put on 15 pounds in a week and be swole as fuck.
I think I did at Christmas. I did that last week. Christmas.
Yeah. Did you really?
I lost 16 pounds in 5 days.
Yeah.
And I think that was 16 pounds of Christmas. So I've actually beaten Anthony with Christmas. So if you want to get fucking massive quick, it's Christmas dinner.
No, I know, you know what? You're exactly right. There's been a lot of periods in my career where I might have missed a day of whatever, missed a day of eating. My weight just drops.
Yeah.
And if I go back the next day and I double up and I try and get back the weight, I'll jump like 10 pounds. No problem.
Rebound.
The rebound, right? But this motherfucker is saying muscle.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I hate to beat a dead horse. I just want the people the people that are listening, I want them to tell all of their friends, and they can tell all of their friends that it's just complete fucking bullshit. You know what's more important is Luke and Fouad, I want to see you prove it.
Anthony, mate, if you're listening, which you're not, if you are listening, Anthony Hughes. Is his name Hughes? His name can't be Hughes. I
think it's Hughes, and he played off the word and just made huge.
Wow, he's a clever man, isn't he?
He's very, very smart.
So, Tony, Anthony Hughes, if you're listening to this and you do figure out to put 15 pounds of muscle on someone's frame in a week, I'm sorry. Can we work together?
Can you coach me, please? I need to know.
Yeah.
No, the only way to prove it really is a DEXA scan, I think.
It's not fucking possible. We know that.
No, I know that. But if he was going to take us up on the challenge.
Like, I literally don't even think you could grow 15 pounds of flesh in a lab in a week.
Yeah, listen, I'm just saying, if somebody was really adamant about it, prove it. Prove it. I don't know how you're going to prove it. I'd have to go.
The man is an utter mongoloid. Shall we move on?
I have another question for you. So, Cedric just posted something about Aaron calling him and asking him to post because he hasn't posted in 4 days.
Yeah.
Is Aaron do that to you too? Or you just post so he doesn't bother you?
I've always posted the same. So
yeah, I don't know. He's gonna have trouble getting Cedric to post every day.
Oh yeah, mate, come on, you're not gonna get like, especially if they're about to go to World War III. You're not.
Yeah, what's going, dude? Let's talk about that. I know we might piss off a lot of people because everyone's got a side, but who's on the phone?
No, it's Cedric.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like 3 minutes long. I can give you the gist of it.
So basically, he just says he's filming a video and he's telling everyone that Aaron's made him post.
He made a video. He's like, Aaron wants me to post, and he says, I told Aaron I'm not good at posting because I'm shy and it looks stupid around my gym. And Aaron's like, just tell people that. So he made a 3-minute video about how he doesn't like to post.
That's amazing.
But people loved it. Cedric can get away with that shit.
He can.
So let's get into some questions.
Yeah, let's do it. Right.
Okay. Just answer me one question. Who's first on your list right now at the very top?
Hang on. I've just clicked off it. Hang on. Fucking armies.
What about Australia? What the fuck? That's another one.
We have to talk about that.
That's the other one.
Fucked up.
Dude, Australia's getting like no love from the media.
I'm really happy to see that everyone's been sharing the donations, and some of the donations they've had are incredible, and it's amazing to see how people come together like that. I still don't feel like there's a lot of coverage on our news. No,
considering
there's not much on here either.
Yeah, but considering the size of the fucking fire,
I saw like a diagram kind of thing the other day, and
it
was like 2/3 of Europe.
I saw that going around. Yeah, it was something like I forget the size of the fire, but the size of the smoke, like the area that the smoke was covering, like was the size of Europe.
But it's the fact that I read something like 500 million animals have died.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's horrendous.
I don't know what to do about it though, man. You know what's tough about that? Let's say I want to donate, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of money. Let's say I want to donate like $250.
Yeah.
First of all, I know the answer to my own question. I'm going to say, is that going to help? Yeah, people are going to be like, yeah, it's going to help. But I feel like I don't know where it's going. I don't know who gets it. I don't know.
When I did it, I donated directly to the local fire services.
Oh, okay. How did you do that?
If you go on, I think it's Nature is Metal or Real Nature. They have a post there with a link.
Okay.
You can follow it and it will take you to that exact place where I used.
Okay. I'll see if I can find the links. If I can find the links, I will post them in the description. Yeah. And we'll all chip in whatever you can chip in.
I mean, even if you can only afford 5-10 quid, that might be a marsupial you've saved.
Yeah.
It's I mean, there's some horrendous photos going around of devastation. It's awful. It's fucking horrible. And it's like, I don't know how. It's almost like it's just got to run its course.
Do you talk to Josh there, Josh Lenarowitz?
No. No. I do talk to him. I haven't spoken to him about this.
So I don't know geographically how it's affecting. Like,
I think he's near Melbourne.
So they're okay there.
I think so. He said, I know he posted something the other day saying all the smoke was the sky was all like smoggy.
Yeah. It's insane. Okay, who's at the top of your list?
Thoughts on GH anti-aging in general.
Okay, 1 second. Let me see if I can catch up with you here. No, I have Oh, okay, I got that. Okay, you want to start at the bottom and I'll start at the top and I'll start at the bottom? And
I mean, let's just answer that question. Thoughts on it? Does it work for anti-aging in general? Yeah, a little bit. Not as much as it's not going to make you look that much younger, but it'll probably hold you where you are for a while.
Okay, so you think GH is going to hold your age instead of like allowing you to get older for a little while?
No, what I mean is it's probably going to make it look fresher for longer.
Okay. What about, he asks also your favorite orals that you both like to take and why?
I hate orals. The only one I can use is Anavar.
There was a time in my life when I could use orals and they would not affect me. Anadrol was my favorite. But now I can't. It fucks up my stomach. I have
Anavar is my favorite of everything ever.
I don't feel Anavar at all.
You haven't had real Anavar then. It's brilliant.
It's brilliant. Why? What do you feel like?
Well, it's just like imagine getting as strong and as you are on Anadrol, nice and full and thick with zero water and zero sides, zero appetite.
Okay, I definitely have not had that.
Yeah, it's great.
All right. Matt Gerard says, about what week of dieting on contest prep do you guys start to feel the struggle the most?
It's been different every time.
Okay, for me, on average, it's like usually 3 to 4 weeks out. I start to fucking.
That's what I was about to say. That final month, I'd say.
Yeah. But I think it's a mental thing too, because that final week, you know, you have a month left.
Yeah.
Your coach is probably going to turn things up on you a little bit, and the pressure starts to set in too for the show.
I need to. Why do so many people ask questions about drugs?
Because they know we're going to be honest with them.
Yeah, but it's like,
listen, you know why? Because this is why. There's not very many places you can go and hear an honest answer from somebody that you think knows what the fuck they're talking about. Yeah. If they don't hear it from us, they're going to hear it from Tony Huge.
That's true. Right, here's a good one. Do you count incomplete proteins as part of the total? I tend to only count animal proteins and consider incomplete like carbs. I actually,
are you reading it to yourself or are you reading to me?
No, I'm kind of just reading it in general, but this is one that I get asked all the time. When you know, and this goes back to like, you know, the whole MyFitnessPal thing.
Yeah.
I think that's overkill. Like me personally, when I weigh out my oats, I don't count the fat or the protein in oats. I just, because I'm using it as a carb source.
That's right.
When I use chicken, if there's like 5 grams of fat in it, I don't count it.
That's right.
I just use, whatever I'm using that product, for, that particular source for, that's what I use it. I do with like steak, because one of the reasons I eat steak is for the fat content.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I eat salmon is for the fat content. So that's like that's mainly the only time where I'll count both.
Okay, so let me just summarize what you said for people that aren't as experienced. So basically, in the off season, more in the off season than pre-contest probably, but in the off season, we count the macros from the food that we're looking to get from that food. So when we look at steak, we're trying to get protein from steak primarily. So we look at the protein. Yep. As far as complete sources go, we're only going to count sources that we know are going to work directly, even though the other proteins will work.
So like if I'm having like a nut butter or nuts in a meal, I won't count the proteins in those nuts.
People the problem with this is a whole bunch of people are going to argue and say that the peanut butter protein is usable, blah, blah, blah. And we're not saying it's not usable. We're just saying the complete proteins are the most usable.
I'm just saying stop over fucking complicating it. It's not like if you look good, if you're getting results from a certain diet, say at 10 weeks out you're using the diet and you're only counting the direct sources, whatever calories you cut from that diet, you're still cutting the same amount of calories. It doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter what you could count, none of it. As long as the diet is changing and you are changing with it, it doesn't matter. Okay, so to simplify then, we're going to say this. Just count the macros from the food that you intend to get from that food. Yes, and then just see how you look, see how you feel, see what the scales do. So basically what you're saying is we don't eat oatmeal for protein. No. We eat oatmeal for carbs. So we're only going to again, carbs. A lot of people didn't disagree. I know Aceto does it that way. I know a lot of guys do it that way. Like if I'm eating an avocado, it's okay if people disagree. It's okay if people disagree. Yeah, no, people are asking what you do, so this makes sense. Yeah, and I just like to keep things as basic and simple as possible. Like I don't know what my protein and carbs are now. I just follow whatever Chris tells me to eat. He doesn't eat. I bet he doesn't even know. Yeah. Because the way it works is, I will follow the diet for 3 days. Chris will see my pictures and he'll see, has he changed in any particular way following exactly this diet? Yeah. Yeah. So the numbers don't really matter. I know, but the people I'm trying to talk to are, a lot of these people are trying to do it by themselves and they're trying to figure out how to figure out their macros. If none of the macros matter, if you're going to count them, make sure you count them. I would just count them from the direct sources and keep it nice and simple. Yeah. So don't bother trying to calculate the fat from the chicken breast. But I think the only times you should count both is when your protein source, you are eating that protein source to get fats in that meal too. Well, the salmon was a great example. The salmon, steak, eggs. The salmon has a very usable fat source, but it's also a very usable protein. So we count both. Yes. And the same with steak and the same with eggs. The oatmeal, on the other hand, the protein's not that usable, but the carb source is, so we count the carbs. But regardless of whether it's usable, I eat steak to get fat as well. Not get fat, but to get fat. And I eat the salmon for the fat as well. I don't eat the oats for the fat. Just for carbs, so I only count the carbs. Yep, makes sense. It's just I think a lot of you guys listen to this. You just need to keep it very simple. Like, stop changing your fucking training split every week. But wait a second. But I just want to be devil's advocate, because I'm going to advocate for the people that don't know, that are beginners.
a lot of people don't know what sources are for what. Do you understand what I mean? Like you say it like it's just like breathing. It's off the top of your head. Like, well, I eat my salmon because the fat's good and the protein.
Okay. I knew this from school. I got taught this in food tech at school and like cooking. And this isn't just from bodybuilding. I know these things. Mm-hmm. Everyone should know what a protein, a carbohydrate, and a fat is. Okay. If you don't, I don't know why you're listening to this podcast.
Because we talk about anal and shit. That's why.
You can just listen to the end.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. So, Mike, Jonathan Diaz says, is synthol always necessary in bodybuilding?
No.
Okay, we can move on. That's a simple one. No, synthol is just an additive that some people use, but if you got great arms or great legs or great shoulders, then you don't need to fucking use it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like, it's one of those things. It's like, is Tren needed? No. Is GH needed? No. Nothing's needed, because I know plenty of pros that don't use GH. I know plenty of pros that don't use Tren. I don't know anyone that uses actual synthol.
Yeah.
So, here's a good one. Cardio on leg day, fasted 30 minutes walk at 5 a.m., train at 4:30 p.m. Any thoughts?
I know who asked that.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Is it Yari?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Sorry. I fucking knew it, Yari. Stop asking that question. I told you, don't do cardio on leg day.
Personally,
I know what you're gonna say.
If you can't do a 30-minute, if your 30-minute walk in the morning affects your leg day, fuck off.
It affects my leg day.
Are you joking?
This is
I did 45 minutes on the stairs, and I still trained legs on Tuesday, and it didn't affect me whatsoever. You're an old man.
No. even when I was young, I fucking no. This is why. You know what? On my leg day, it's more of a focus thing. I don't want to get up. I don't want to get out of bed early. I don't want to sleep in as long as I can.
Okay.
And I just want to rest, and I want to get up, have a meal or two.
If you're on a contest diet and you have to do the cardio.
No, I do it then if I'm on a contest diet.
It has to be done. But does it really affect you at that point?
No, but he's not talking. I know Yari. He's got my. Anyway, Yari's a good kid.
If you're
but he's talking about off season. I'm like, if you're
like a fasted 30-minute walk at 5 a.m. If you're taking the dog out, it's fine. But do you have to be up that early? Getting the extra 30 minutes of sleep and getting up at 5:30 will do you better than getting 30 minutes cardio in.
That's what I'm talking about. In the off season,
if the question is, will it affect my leg training? Absolutely not.
But this is the other thing too. Even when I'm dieting, my coaches, for example, John or whoever, has always given me one day off a week of cardio. Yeah. So usually I choose to put that day on my leg day.
Yeah, well, I've noticed that, like, a lot of the time, if Chris will say, what are you training the next 2 or 3 days? If I say, tomorrow I've got chest and the next day I've got legs, he might say, I don't want you doing any cardio with legs that day.
Yeah.
He may. But again, but with me, I think it's because when I'm dieting hard and I'm doing cardio, my legs tend to get eaten away.
Yes. But I think that's not abnormal for most people.
No, exactly.
Especially depending on the type of cardio.
Yeah, some guys, that's not going to happen. I'm actually not going to do any of my cardio on the Stairmaster this year.
Yeah, you just use the bike or the elliptical or something.
I'm just going to walk on the treadmill.
Yeah, you can get away with that.
Nice incline. I still get my heart rate up. I still get sweat. I'm just not using my quads.
My problem is I can't get my heart rate up on the treadmill.
Chris wants me to basically just walk the dog.
Yeah,
he wants it to be the shittest cardio.
Sometimes I think the cardio, we look at it the wrong way, because Stan Efferding is a big proponent of like these 10-minute walks.
Yeah.
And the way Stan explains it is it's almost more just so your food will be processed better than it is to actually burn calories.
Yeah.
Which I kind of agree with.
No, I agree with that. But also, if it is to burn calories, so a guy our size walking for 30 minutes, regardless of what your heart rate does, you've burned a lot of calories there.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And Chris actually said to me once, he was saying about cardio, he said, if your cardio is hard, you can't train hard.
Yeah.
And the only time cardio has ever affected me is when I turned pro, because I was working with Justin Harris, and I was like, Justin, fuck me up. And he gave me 2 sessions of 45 minutes of intervals, almost hit.
Yeah.
Twice a day. That fucked me up. And it wasn't the duration, it wasn't that, it was the intensity.
The high intensity, yeah.
And I couldn't recover from my training as well. I couldn't train hard. But
so I think
that's why I kind of I think cardio is one of those things you can do a whole podcast on cardio.
I think if we were going to simplify the answer, I'll say this. If you don't absolutely have to do cardio 7 days a week, like unless you're getting ready for a show and you're 4 weeks out and you're fucking way behind, you can probably afford to take a day or two off cardio. And if you can, why not leg day?
But if your 30-minute walk is taking the dog out, it's not going to affect your leg day.
No, that light shit's not going to do anything. You're right.
Yeah, that's why I was like, fuck off.
The reason I say is because I'm usually on the step mill for 40 minutes.
Yeah, which that is different. That is step mill versus a 30-minute walk is
yeah.
Right, how do y'all get chiropractic work done, and how often?
I had some chiropractic work done yesterday.
So did I.
But if you guys want, my back is fucked up, dude. Like, listen, I don't take painkillers. Last night I had to take 2 perks to go to bed.
Really?
It was, I don't know if it was from my leg training or my back training, but all of a sudden it just flared up to the point of like, I couldn't sit or lay in any position.
That's horrible.
I was literally walking around my bedroom in a circle. I'm like, okay, I don't like to take this shit, but I think the last time I took a painkiller, it might've been 3 or 4 months ago. Yeah. But I couldn't. So anyway, what I was going to say is this: I think chiropractor is good in an emergency, but my honest opinion is the best thing for your back is the inversion table.
Yeah, we've got the reverse hyper at the gym. I go and see
that's good too.
I see my chiropractor once a week or every fortnight, because I have very mild scoliosis.
Okay.
And it's not really for my back; it's more for my hips and my neck.
Yeah.
Because my neck, I get like a little impingements in my neck, which kind of stop my shoulder. It basically blocks signals going to my shoulder a little bit. Yeah. And I've had horrendous shoulder problems for about a year now.
Okay.
So if I don't see him, it gets worse and worse and worse.
So one of the things that I learned.
What about soft tissue? How often do you have soft tissue work done?
Depends on if it's injury or prevention. Prevention once a week. If it's injury, 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay.
But what I was going to say is this: one of the things I learned when I bought the inversion table is the reason I brought the inversion table is a lot of people can't afford to go to the chiropractor once a week and spend that 30, 40, $50, whatever it is. Yep. And even some chiropractors don't have a proper traction table either. Yes. So the only way to actually stretch your spine is by hanging upside down.
I was asking Ben about inversion tables, and he thinks they're a good idea too.
Dude, it's the most amazing thing. Can I tell you? I had 3 bulge discs, and that's not just my own assessment. That's an MRI.
Yeah.
This has happened like 5 years ago, probably. I was fucked. So I bought the inversion table. It cost $300. And don't message me and ask me what brand it is. They're all the same shit, as long as it can hold your weight. So I set it up, and I only hang at like a 70 degree angle. 10 minutes a day, and my back just opened right up after about 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, it's the only, because even they say like lying down still puts a stress on your low back.
Yeah.
Because of the way you're laying. Yeah. So there's no actual way to actually stretch your spine except for hanging upside down or going onto a professional traction table. So if you want to save, if you want to save some money and not waste your time going to the chiropractor every week, you can get an inversion table, and it will definitely help you relieve any spinal injuries that you have.
I'm going to buy one.
I'm telling you, you'll thank me. I promise.
I'm lucky that my spine's actually pretty good.
Yeah, but it pulls your hips.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I had because with my chiropractor, he likes to X-ray. He gives me X-rays like every 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Just to check the scoliosis, and he's checked my shoulder joint recently to see if there's any bursitis in the joint or anything. And he was like, I'm really shocked. All your discs look great.
Yeah, which is crazy for somebody who fucking squats 8 plates and like.
Yeah, well, I was really surprised. I've never had any back pain though, so touch wood.
Yeah, good for you, man. But yeah, check out the inversion table to help you guys out.
Yeah, send me the link.
All right. Disc Muke Jake says, would you rather be successful in the business of bodybuilding or the competition side? One or the other, you can't have both.
If the money's the same, competing.
If you had asked me this question 10 years ago, I would say competing. It's such a tough question.
To me, it's not.
I would rather be successful on the competitive side.
Yeah, I would, because I'd like to leave that legacy behind, which sounds fucking gay. It does. It sounds really legacy. It's bodybuilding. I'd like to. If you win the Olympia a couple of times, you're a millionaire.
You could be if you worked at it. Yeah. No,
we get 800 grand, and then you could earn another 200 or 300 grand. If you're at that level, your sponsors are going to be paying you likely 6 figures.
Yeah.
And also all the guest spots and everything you'll be doing that year, you could easily make over $1 million a year.
Yeah, yeah, but
so
you also can't bodybuild after 40, so $1 million is not a lot of money.
No, but if you invest it.
But now you're talking about business.
Yeah, but that's afterwards.
Oh, okay.
It's not. You're not. I mean, that's after. Why not both? If you could do,
It's a tricky question.
You
have to get the specifics of it, because if you can't do it the way you're saying, I might be rather happy to be successful in the business side, because if you're successful in the business side when you're 30, that's going to stay with you forever.
I genuinely believe if I had $1 million in my bank, I could pretty much make it last my whole life.
I couldn't. It'd be gone in a fucking year.
I'm not a big spender.
I like buying shit, man. I don't even know what it is I buy. I just like
yeah, I'm not like that.
You're not like that?
Like I in December I spent £600 on takeaways.
Yeah.
Which is like $1,000, which is nearly $1,000
on fast food.
Yeah.
You spent $600 on fast food.
No, about $800.
$800
in your Canadian shit money. That's about $1,000.
So you spent $1,000 on takeout food in the month of December.
Yeah, but that's because I had a lot of guests. Like my daughter and my kids were here.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Here for a week.
Yeah, you're buying for people.
Yeah, well, of course it counts. It's still a fucking lot of money.
But I'm just saying it's not a normal thing.
No, but but like I spent $0 on myself,
and it's a fraction of your new contract. You're balling right now.
You can't let Antoine know this.
Okay, I'm just talking around. Anyway, so wait a minute. I want to know. You know what I think it's from? I think it's because you had kids really young.
Yeah, I like buying for them. I don't like buying for myself.
That's what I'm saying. I think you learned like the importance of money from having two kids.
I went out. So I went out shopping for myself recently, and I picked up a pair of Converse, which were about $40 or $50, and I was like, no, I'm going to put them back. That's too much. I can't justify that. I spent that on a takeaway the night before.
Yeah.
And probably that night.
Yeah.
And probably at lunch while I was out shopping. It's with my kids, like my son, I took him out and I bought him all like a load of winter clothes. It was probably about $200, and I didn't care. I was like, yeah, cool.
Why is it? You know what's really funny about bodybuilding? We always justify the food. Like no matter what, the food cost doesn't count.
If you ask any of my childhood friends, I bet some of them are fucking listening to this.
Yeah.
My mum, which never happened, but if I ever got like pocket money or like any money, if I had like £10, I'd go straight into McDonald's and be like 10 hamburgers, please. That's how I was when I was a kid, and I've always been that way. And my mates always say to me, "You always just spunk your money on food."
Why is it like that? Is it because we're bodybuilders? Or
like I would spend $150 on sushi. But like, that's fine. But I won't buy myself a $40 pair of shoes.
That's what I think. But then when I do want to go spend like a big, like let's say I want to buy, like I bought this camera. Check this shit out. This is my new vlogging camera.
Oh, I think I've got a very similar one to that because I've got the Brutal Muscle camera now.
Why? Nice. Which camera do you got? This is the
Canon.
I have
no idea. Yeah, mine's a Canon too. It's got the same butt plug. It's got the same bum beads on the bottom.
You said butt plug.
And the same butt plug microphone.
Well, at least I figured they'll double in the bedroom.
Yeah. You can put one in each.
and I can take pictures while I'm doing it. Okay, anyway. Just leave it hooked up to the camera. Okay, anyways, when I wanted to buy it, I was like, I just won't eat out for a week or two. And it'll make up the difference because I eat out so often. Yeah. Like every time me and my wife do it at dinner.
Wait, what did I the only thing I've bought myself in the last 10 years was my electronic drum kit.
Yeah, so it was about
$5,000.
So you save your money for your passions. I just fucking blow money for the fuck of it.
I buy a lot on Amazon.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like you buy anything crazy unless it's for your kids.
No, I mean, I do treat myself. Look at this.
You bought one of the Scoopy. You bought a Scoopy hat.
I bought a beanie. Look.
Yeah, but it's a Scoopy one. That looks pretty good on you.
I've always worn these hats. All the ones I had from when I was younger now don't fit my massive fucking head.
See, every time I buy myself a Scoopy hat, it's not Scoopy enough.
This is proper Scoopy. They're called slouch beanies here. I don't know if that's what they're called in Canada. It's a slouch beanie.
That's probably what it's called here too. I'm not fucking hip enough to know.
You just call them Scoopies. That's probably what's wrong. You go to Amazon, they're like, babe, they don't sell Scoopies. Somehow they don't sell Scoopies. Yeah, they're called slouch beanies. I want Redcon to bring out some slouch beanies because normal beanies are shit. They're so bad. They just sit on your head like.
I know, it's like an extra like poofy like this fucking thing.
Wank. Yeah. And the only thing that would make this better if it's had a huge bobble on it.
No, that makes it worse. I hate that.
Oh, you're like, no.
No, this is like guys are trying to be cute and shit. It's like, fuck off.
No, I'm talking like a fucking massive bobble, like hanging down the back of your neck.
I know.
That'd be sick.
Like a puff, like buff ball.
Yeah. Do you know what I really want? I want a hoodie that looks like a Sith robe.
What's that look like?
You know, you haven't seen. Have you ever seen Star Wars?
Yeah, but like ages ago.
All right. Do you know what the Emperor then wears? You got the big, it's like a Jedi cloak, but it's black.
Yeah.
Like the hood's like really big.
Yeah.
And I want one that goes down to like my knees, and it's baggy as shit with a massive hood.
You want to wear that?
Yeah, I'd wear the shit out of that. I love it. Do you ever see goths? Like when I don't know if you have goths in Canada. You're too nice.
Yeah, we have goths.
But when you see like a proper, I don't give a fuck goth.
Yeah.
You know, like they're walking with like boots that are like this high up to their knees with like so many piercings, terrible tattoos, like their hair, like really long, with like the biggest, longest, most massive leather trench coat.
Yeah.
They are the best people.
I do wish I could get away with a massive trench coat.
They don't care at all.
I can't wear a trench coat. I've tried. It just makes me look short and stubby.
Yeah, I wanted to, you know, the one that, for fuck's sake, I don't know why I'm bringing up movies. Have you seen The Dark Knight Rises with Tom Hardy playing Bane? Okay, you see that. Yes. His coat.
That's not, oh yeah, and he wears it over the vest.
With the sheepskin.
Yeah.
I want that, and I can't find one that fits.
All right.
If anyone listening or watching knows.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
No, because I want one.
Send Luke. Luke, give us your address and they'll send you one.
I'm not giving you my address on the fucking. Put it in the link. Put my Amazon store link in the.
Okay, I will. Podcast. All right. Let's go. Crisso, I don't know. Says is 20 weeks too long for a prep? Will the body have too long to adjust to the changes made? Thinking maybe dropping calories 5% every 2 weeks and adding cardio as needed.
Again, you're overthinking. Just start the diet and see what happens, and adjust from there.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't understand is you can't predetermine a contest rep. You can't say every 2 weeks I'll drop 5% because you might not need to. Like work out what you need to start with.
Okay, well start with the beginning. Is 20 weeks too long?
No. How fat is he?
That's what I was going to say. Is it comes down to how fat you are. I think if you're extremely out of shape and you're a guy, then 20 weeks is probably too long. If you're
then again, I also think if you're quite lean, I would say, yeah, you can use the contest rep, but that doesn't mean you have to start going down. You could start going up for a bit. And maybe just making sure your diet and training and drugs are 100% on point. Because don't pretend they are in the off season because you're not fucking Superman.
Yeah, like, but now we're not giving anybody any actual time. You're just saying, you can do this, you can do that.
No. I'm saying if you're very lean and you want to start, if you need 12 weeks to get shredded, so why not use the 8 weeks to lock in?
Yeah, not worried about that. So you're saying 12 weeks is enough to get shredded if you're
already quite lean.
Yeah.
But then if you're really fat, then 20 weeks is enough.
See, for me, I think it depends on the person because like I lose weight really quickly. So I could probably get shredded. And I remember getting ready for one show in like 6 or 7. No, I wasn't 6. It was more like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter what one person can do. On average, I think anywhere from 12 to 16 weeks, depending on how fat you are.
I always go for 16.
Yeah, I think it depends on who you are, how fat you are, like what your intent to do. But I think 16 is safe because then you can drop your calories really slow. Say Sasha Heinzman says, what is your preferred supplement timing? Vitamins, fish oil, probiotics throughout the day, trying to improve digestion, absorption, and energy. Actually, I'm curious about what you think of this. What is your preferred time to take your vitamins? Do you take them AM and PM?
I split them, AM, PM, yeah.
But do you take all the same ones, or do you have a different?
I split them up AM, PM, so I have the same one split into 2 dosages AM, PM.
Okay, what about your fish oil? Do you do the same thing, AM, PM?
I have it 3 times. I think I have it after training as well.
What do you do, 5,000 milligrams, like a teaspoon, or no?
No, I have the capsules. So they are 1,000 milligrams each, so I do 9,000 a day. Okay.
Don't you find that sucks, though? Would you rather use rather use the liquid?
No, because I'm fine with tabs and capsules. I just chuck it in my mouth and then plug the water.
No, I know, but what do you think about the absorption argument?
I don't think. Well, no, because inside them it's liquid. So you're in your stomach, that will just break down and just the capsule.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. It's like having a capsule with powder inside your stomach. It'll break down in your stomach, and then the powder gets released.
Why do they always say liquid's a better form for you then? That's what I always read. Is liquid is always
maybe they're slightly purer. Maybe they're cleaner. I'm not sure. That's a good question. I don't
know. Do you take probiotics or no?
Probiotics, yeah. And I use kefir and I use actual probiotics as well.
Okay. I don't use probiotics. I use this though. It's a digestive enzyme.
That's very good. Yeah, I've had that. I've used that in the past. I don't tend to need them. If I do need them, that's the one I'll use.
I found I need this more as I get older.
Yeah. It's really funny. One of the questions is, what's your thoughts on Nick Trigili?
Are you serious?
As a bodybuilder and as a person.
Why don't you give us your thoughts?
I have no issue with him. I think he's funny.
No one said you have an issue, but what's your thoughts on him?
No, and that's what I mean. I don't have any issues. I don't have any negative things to say. I don't have a lot of positive things to say because I don't really know him. But he's always been really cool to me. He's always been very honest with me. If I look good, he'll tell me. If I look shit, he'll tell me. He's never rude.
Yeah.
He's got a mouth on him, which I think is great. It's funny. No, I think it's great. I think he was a very good bodybuilder as well.
I think Nick's great. Actually, I don't know Nick. This is what I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like when people shit on bodybuilding or give bodybuilding a bad image.
Does he?
I feel like a few videos I've watched don't really promote bodybuilding as much as shit talk it a little bit.
Is he being honest though?
Yeah, somewhat. Depends on the person. Like I watched one video where he said, I was doing shots every day and blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember any time when I had to do shots every day. And like, just some of the stuff seems exaggerated or seems like, sometimes they'll talk about like a show and it'll be like the men's physique guys are just as big as the bodybuilders now. And I just feel like it always has a negative.
That's rubbish, isn't it? That's obviously.
But this is what I mean. It feels like, or like he had a video about Cedric and Cedric's always out of fucking shape and blah, blah. It's not that I dislike Nick. I just feel like you made money from the sport. You're supposed to be a bodybuilder. Why are you shit talking it? I just don't like when people shit talk the sport. You're supposed to, if you're a bodybuilder, if you came from bodybuilding, your job is to show people the good parts of it, not your opinion of the bad parts of it.
But then again, not playing devil's advocate, he is entitled to his opinion. And
but it's not real. But it's not real. It's not real to tell people, hey man, you got to, sometimes these pro bodybuilders, they're doing 3 and 4 shots a day. I'm like, I've never done 4 shots in a day.
Wow. Who?
Yeah. But this is what I'm saying. Like,
unless he's talking about like, say you split your GH up into 3 shots and you do your gear in that day, then you split. But that is splitting hairs.
But this is what I mean though. The commentary feels like it paints the sport in a very negative way.
Well,
and I personally don't like that myself. That's all.
Okay, well, I haven't seen any of that because I don't watch his videos. I don't really watch anything bodybuilding related at all, really.
Yeah. I should apologize too because I've only caught probably 4 or 5 videos. I haven't watched.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I have nothing negative to say because I don't know enough from how he's been with me personally. I actually remember I had a little bit of an argument with him. I think I did. I think I did one of Dave Palumbo's shows, and Dave started saying, "Yeah, Nick Trigili's a dick," and I was like, "Yeah," I didn't really care. So I was like, "Yeah, he's a dick." Yeah. And Nick was like, "Dude, why did you call me a dick?" And I was like, and then I thought about it, and I thought, "Well, you are a dick, like you do it on purpose, and that's your shtick. That's what you do." And he was like, "Yeah, you're right."
Yeah, and maybe
he was like, "Yeah," but it's like. And it's like, he is, but it's not like that doesn't mean I'm not even saying that in a bad way. He's just that's the role he plays.
Yeah, I agree with you. And if you look at it that way, then and I don't care. I hate when people turn people off from the sport.
But then let them fucking do it, mate. That's what our job is to reel them back in.
It's I guess.
Hardcore team, remember?
That's our hardcore team. That's our first t-shirt.
Good.
Let's see. Will you and your supplements be at FIBO in Germany in April? I'm assuming that's for me. The supplements will be ready in March. I just got the email today, so I'm really looking forward to that. But I think FIBO is a little bit too close for us. I'm hoping for sure next year.
Yeah.
Bar None Fit Shake says, tried last week, but I'll ask again. Do bodybuilders fluff the junk before going on stage?
What the fuck does that mean?
Means you get a little bit of a chubby before you fucking walk out on stage. Make sure your shit's represented well.
No. Why does it get mega shriveled when you peak?
Because you're dehydrated.
It's so fucking funny.
I did a guest posing once, and I was a little bit obviously fat because I was guest posing, and people thought I stuffed my trunks. I'm like, no, you're just used to seeing the dieted down version, which is dehydrated and fucking there's nothing there. So,
well, I've got a bit of a weapon, so I don't really mind.
You know, girls pay attention to that shit, right?
I don't think they do.
I'm telling you, I shouldn't say all women, but I'm telling you, I've heard women talk about it.
Talk about what? What, the bodybuilders' dicks?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like most of us, like when you're on stage, right? Posing trunks also get they like pull it in, like squeezes them. Right? And
are you trying to like? No, are you trying to protect yourself?
But I think if you want to look at a bodybuilder's dick, just look at our progress pictures instead.
Oh, when you're in off season,
that's a much more honest. Like I actually did one once when I did a quarter turn.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't fucking sick. And my missus at the time was like, you can't post that. And I was like, why? She's like, look at that, because it was just
it's like angle. Sticking straight out.
It was just sticking right out, and for some reason the angle of it made it look like a fucking schlong.
That's hilarious.
She's like, you're not posting that. You're not posting that.
That's the one I would have posted. I'd have been like, this is the one I'm posting.
I think I put it on my story. But it's not. That's not me bragging. It was literally just this angle was obscene.
So so as far as I know, to answer the question, nobody I know fluffs their shit before they go on stage.
No.
All right.
It's not a bad idea though.
Wait a minute.
Again, mate, if you can get if you get a semi backstage, you're not ready to compete.
No. Actually, in fact, I don't think I've ever been backstage and thought of anything like that.
No.
Okay.
I like some of these really quick questions.
Wait a minute.
Whole milk in the off-season diet. Sweet, go for it. That's the answer. Carry on, move, go.
Okay, no. What was the question?
What thoughts on whole milk in the off-season diet? If you're not lactose intolerant and you like milk, cool, enjoy. You don't like milk?
Oh, I hate fucking. The only time I like milk is in my cereal, or if I'm dunking like chocolate chip cookies in it. So
you're just a bit of a chauvinist towards milk. You're a milk bigot.
I'm racist towards milk.
I love milk.
I love chocolate milk.
I love milk. I wonder if our milk's different, because I think milk is slightly different here.
No, I've always hated milk. Like always.
No, I'm just saying it's like in the United States, the milk tastes like dog shit compared to what it does here.
Well, I'll tell you this for sure. I shouldn't say things in absolute tones, but the food in Germany, which I don't know why is related to the UK, but I'm assuming that means most of Europe is like this. But the food in Germany felt less processed than the food we get here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You know, like when you get like the UHT milk, the one that's like in the out of the fridges.
Yeah.
That's what all American milk tastes like to me. It's a bit different.
Yeah. I don't know about milk. I know this. We landed in Germany one year for, I think it was FIBO. Yeah. And we went to like this bed and breakfast thing that we were staying at for SciTech, and they had eggs, and the eggs were fucking orange. And I had never seen orange eggs, because eggs here, unless you get like the free run eggs or whatever, they're the regular grocery store eggs are yellow. So I was like,
the yolks.
Yeah, the yolks.
That's to do with the quality of the chicken's diet, supposedly.
That's what I thought. So I asked the guy, I said, and it looked weird. I was like, is there cheese in these fucking eggs? I said, because some of them were scrambled and they were like an orange color. And I'm like, is there cheese like mixed in here? Like, and he's like, no, that's just the color of our eggs. And I asked around some of the people that are from Europe, and they're like, no, that's what eggs look like here.
Yeah, the blue eggs that I get, the yolks are orange.
Yeah. So I just thought, is the food better in Europe altogether?
I would say for the most part, yes. From my experience, because when I go to the States, when I go there for like the final week before a show, when I eat a few of the meals, like my stomach isn't quite right the whole week. Not like bad like it was at the Olympia.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like food doesn't sit quite as well.
Yeah.
It's like you just be like, oh, after you just like gurgly. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I wonder if it's more processing or more.
I think it is. But even like the chicken, it shrinks a lot more.
Yeah.
The egg whites smell different.
The egg whites in the States are way different than egg whites in Canada.
Yeah.
I remember going to see John in Ohio, and the egg whites are gross. I was like, I can't eat this.
Yep.
So, okay. So I have a question for you. We didn't even answer that guy's question, did we?
I said, yeah, go for it. If you're not lactose intolerant, enjoy.
Oh, okay. Oscar Sapp says, would you rather fart every time you breathe out or have wieners for fingers?
Sorry, I say again. Fart every time I breathe out, have wieners for fingers.
There's no fucking answer to this.
I probably have. I mean, if I had my dick fingers, do they feel good? So if I clap, is it going to be brilliant?
Like if you sit there and go like this, are they all? Yeah. Are you going to come? Seriously though, there's no answer to that question. Because imagine.
I think I'm going to do it for the cock fingers because I reckon I can make good money out of that.
What the fuck would you do with fart breath?
Nothing. But what can you do with cock fingers?
But I do
play the piano with them.
I do know somebody with fart breath, and he gets by okay.
That's horrendous. Fart breath.
It's so bad.
Bad breath is bad, isn't it?
No, it's like fart breath. Like when this guy talks, you have to stand. Like,
has anyone ever told him?
I don't know, man. I wonder if his wife. Sometimes I wonder if his wife has told him.
Or she
because I don't know how you would deal with it. I really don't.
Maybe she hasn't got a sense of smell.
Maybe she likes farts.
There is that. Like she might be like, as soon as she gets in, she's like, breathe on me.
All right, so there's no answer to this one. I'm going to go with fart breath.
I'm going to go with the dick fingers because I'd have 11 cocks. Then I don't mind that. That'd be right. I reckon I could do a lot with that.
You're going to go for 10 cocks.
11?
Well, how do you figure 11? First of all, you only have 8 fingers. You only have 8 fingers.
All right. Well, I'm including the thumbs.
Oh, you're including the dick you have in your pants.
Yeah, I'm including the actual cock as well. Yeah, good. Right. Let's have a look at the next question.
All right, I'm going to skip over a few here so we can get some of the ones at the bottom.
Yeah.
How do you guys think Flex Lewis will fare in the open class? Come on.
Smash him.
He's gonna kill Luke.
I hope he does it because I want to see it like everyone else.
I'd like to see him stand next to you.
So would I.
So do you want to know my actual assessment of what that would look like? Do you really want to know the truth?
Yep.
I think it's going to depend on how much more detail he has than you, because obviously you're going to outsize him.
Yeah.
So it depends.
His level of detail is crazy.
And when we say detail, I don't mean just conditioning. His conditioning is crazy.
Yeah.
But some guys get shredded and still don't have the detail.
Yeah. But will he lose that being bigger?
I don't think so, because I think he was always meant to be bigger.
Well, I've seen him. I saw him a couple of months ago when I was in Florida, and he was mid-off season. He was looking pretty big.
Yeah.
So,
but he's still lean, isn't he?
He's still, yeah.
I'm really excited to see what he does.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be sick. Here's a good one. How will you train once you retire? I probably won't.
How will you train when you retire?
Not much.
I'm going to tell you how you're going to train. A lot lighter than you train now.
I probably will barely train, to be fair. I'll probably completely...
Oh, you mean you're going to walk away?
I will probably just train... I will probably do, like, upper body circuits and just fitness and do other... and like bike rides and shit like that, I think.
Yeah.
Like, actually, it depends how long. Because my ideal physique after I've retired, it's kind of like how Jason Hart looked about 2 or 3 years after he retired.
But
I think it's about 220 pounds or something. You look great.
But don't you love training?
I love training. I love training for what it gives me. I love training because I love training with the focus of like, I'm going to get fucking huge. I'm going to bring my legs up. I'm training for a purpose. And I'm meeting that purpose. Take that purpose away. I can't enjoy it anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I love training because it feels good.
Yeah. I mean, but then again,
wait, can I preface that? Sorry to interrupt you. Training with a purpose is far more fun than just training, but I still find it fun just by itself.
Yeah, I mean, and I might do. I don't know yet because I've never trained without a purpose, so I don't know. I might retire and be like, yeah, this is fun.
The thing is, I don't think you'll ever train the way you train now, though. When you're
No,
retired,
definitely not. No.
There's no way you can go in there and squat fucking 800 pounds.
People think like the way I train now is fun. It's not that fun.
No, I just had this conversation with Evan and John on our podcast. I told them, I said,
still haven't listened to it yet,
dude. I said to them, I said, look, there was a period because we were talking about soreness and how important soreness is for growth.
Yeah.
And I said, honestly, guys, I'm like from age 20 to 30, my legs were sore the whole decade.
Yeah.
It was literally like I would train and then it would be sore for 5 or 6 days and then it would be ready to go again.
Yeah.
And then they were fucking sore again for another 5 or 6 days.
Yeah.
So that's not something I think you can do without having a purpose at the end of it.
Yeah. On Tuesday when James and I were training legs, like halfway
through, I saw you puke.
Yeah. So halfway through we were just like, what the fuck are we doing this for? Like I swear, it feels good. I swear to God, my legs are going to be fucking sick this year.
Yeah. No, man, you're doing it. You're doing it because that level of pain feels good.
Yeah, but no, it doesn't.
Wait a minute. I was going to say though, it only feels good because of the reward at the end of it when you get on stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And knowing that I can improve. Like if I had I don't like. So that's why I don't like training when I have an injury because I'm not even improving. This is shit.
I know that feeling.
And it's But when halfway through the session, I felt so just fucked and ill. I was like, why? I don't enjoy feeling. I did not enjoy how I was feeling. And me and James started laughing about how shit we felt in that moment, but also saying, but I love it.
Yeah, I do too. I love that feeling. It's the greatest feeling in the world.
It is and it isn't. Physically, it's horrible. Like, I mean, for example, we had a rest day yesterday. James spent the whole day in bed because he felt like sick the whole day and he was vomiting and had the shits. I've just told everyone that on a podcast. James Hollingshead had the shits.
And you outed him for liking feet. What the fuck's wrong with you?
But I don't think that's that weird. And I know he loves telling people. I think it's going to strengthen his relationship with his missus.
It's fucking weird.
Dude. I fixed your marriage as well.
No, you did not fix my marriage.
I don't know. Summer agreed.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm explaining it right. That it's the mental feeling. That's what I'm saying. You can't have that leg workout that you had without knowing that you're going to get on stage.
Yeah, and also the reason why you feel so good is because mentally you put everything you had into that.
Yeah.
And that is rewarding in itself. No matter what, even if you build like a fucking barbecue out of bricks in the garden, you do your absolute best, you're so like, I'm fucking sick. I love this.
You know what?
I think it's like anything when you put your all to it and you get what you want out of it, there's nothing better.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to start drumming again.
Are you?
Yeah. You're the one who discouraged me.
Why?
Because I asked you once, I said, when you started drumming, did you just pick it up or was it like a learning curve? And you're like, no, I just picked it up.
No, okay. So I know I did just pick it up, but when I used to play, I've never been a brilliant drummer on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm very good in a band or to music. I play music. I'm not very good, and I'm technically not as proficient as I should have been.
Can you play Metallica 1?
Probably, yeah.
Really? Probably, Isn't that with like the extra foot pedals?
I say that the hands, absolutely. Most stuff I can do with my hands.
Yeah.
But when I used to play music when I was younger, I didn't play metal.
Yeah.
So I'm learning how to play metal now, which is super technical.
Yeah.
And it's like learning a brand new instrument. It's nothing. It's not even remotely.
So you can't play Metallica 1 the whole thing. You just the hands you can.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to remind myself. Let me just put the
because there's two bass. I think there's 2 foot pedals for that.
Let me just put it on for a split second to remind myself what the drum is.
You're gonna have to put it to like 2 or 3 minutes in, and it gets really hard.
All right.
And then I was thinking about Rush too. I was listening to Rush the other day.
Yeah, fuck that Neil Peart. He's
Rush came on, and I fucking I love that shit. So I crank it up, and I'm like, I wonder if Luke can play this.
All right, let's do
that part. Yeah, that part. Because the foot pedals on the bottom, you need to have.
Easy. Yeah, that's easy.
You can have 2 feet going like that?
Yeah,
it's like.
I'm doing it right now with my feet. It's just.
I have no idea how to do that. Like I can't even, when I drum, I can't even hit the, you know how you like go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like you go back and forth with it. I can't do that in a yeah, I can't do it in a repetitive.
So the time is so you're literally, your right hand's just doing that.
Yeah.
Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and your feet are doing, I think, a 16th or 32nd notes over the top of that.
You got to give me lessons.
But no, I'm not good enough for that, mate.
No, I have a drum set that I can't fucking use.
Well, my New Year's resolution is by the second half of this year, I want to be putting up professional quality drum covers on my YouTube channel.
Okay, so you can put up like lessons at the same time.
I'm not, if I get good enough again. I used to be good, pretty good. But
Yeah.
now there's so much shit I never looked at doing because it didn't really matter for the music I played. Because I played for the band, I didn't play for myself.
Yeah.
But now I want to be genuinely good again.
So you can't play Rush?
Some of it, most of it, no, because it's Neil Peart and he's mental.
Isn't that crazy?
But metal is so hard to play.
Like heavy metal, the stuff you listen to?
Because I listen to a lot of like gent metal, which is really weird time signatures, like super double pedal orientated, where it's just like if you Meshuggah, listen to Meshuggah, listen to Bleed by Meshuggah.
1 second, I want to write it
down. That double pedal is the whole way through the song, but it's the time signatures changes about 4 times.
How do you spell the name?
Meshuggah.
Okay, I'm gonna check
I would say with probably Rammstein, Tool, and Metallica, Meshuggah are the biggest metal band in the world.
I love Rammstein. Love it.
I would say Meshuggah are probably the biggest that type of metal band in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been going for like 30 years. They're Swedish.
And you can't play that, not yet.
Not that song's no way.
Okay, I got to check it out.
But like I listen to so many bands where I'm like, and because I didn't listen to that type of metal when I was playing drums.
Yeah.
So when I listen to a lot of metal now, it's like a fucking totally different instrument to me.
Yeah.
But it's a challenge I've never, and I was on my practice pad for literally 2 hours earlier doing the same pattern.
Yeah.
Just go, and every 10 minutes I go up by 5 BPM on the metronome.
See, that's what I have problems with. So when I tried to start learning, I watched some YouTube videos and whatever, and they're like, just do this for like half an hour. And the guy was like, tick, 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 tick. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't fucking do this. This is boring as shit.
Yeah, it is boring. It's really boring.
But they're like, but more people I talk to, the more like, that's how you learn. You got to like do the same pattern.
Yeah. So like all like playing drum beats and doing fills and learning music, that stuff came real easy to me. Like the technical side of drumming is what I have to work on, which is what I've never really given much attention to.
All right. I'm going to start learning at the same time as you.
Because the type of music I used to play, it was a piece of piss to play. It was like indie rock, pop, metal, not metal. Like it was just wasn't even heavy.
So it's like the same beat all the way through.
It was pretty. Yeah, it was like. There was some complex stuff in there, just because some of the songs were really quick.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to put some of these songs out, I think, because we have loads.
Do it.
Somebody has asked the name of the band in one of the questions. Originally, we were called Media Circus, then we changed our name to I Vienna. But we didn't really do much to I Vienna. We recorded at Abbey Road and we played at Maida Vale Studios for BBC Two, but that was about it. We toured and stuff like that, and we recorded. We've got so much recorded material.
And your band is okay with you putting it out?
It's not really up to them, is it? It's not really up to anyone.
I don't know. Who's it up to?
We paid for it ourselves.
Yes.
A lot of it. Some of the recordings I don't have, because if like a label paid for them, they kept the recordings.
Yeah.
But all the recordings I have, we paid for those recordings ourselves.
Okay.
Because they're demos, so I'll speak to the guys. I'll say, do you mind me putting them out for free, just because people are really interested?
You still talk to all those guys?
Yeah, the bassist is coming over next Wednesday.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's still one of my closest friends.
That's cool. Okay, I'm going to learn how to drum.
Yeah, I just want to get good at playing. Like learning double pedal for me now is totally different than playing other stuff.
Dude, when I think of that, it just sounds so complicated to me. I'm like, how the fuck?
It is, but it's complicated when you get into like different time signatures. Like if you're playing like 5/8, that's fucking hard.
Do you think
4/4 is easy?
Do you think size has something to do with it?
No. You
don't think it's harder to play if you're big?
No. Now I play a lot more with my fingers and wrists rather than my arms. So it's
okay.
Like, I play like.
Okay.
I put a little clip on my story last night of me doing some patterns.
Last night you did?
Yeah, I think it's still on there.
All right, I'll check it out.
It's just no, I haven't. It's come down now.
Let me let's get to a couple more of those. I'll check. It's come down. Send it to me.
Okay.
Okay, let's get through a couple more. What's your favorite back movement for thickness?
Barbell rows.
T-bar rows.
The same difference, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I just like the positioning better. I feel like I get a better. I feel like I'm more. Somehow I feel more supported in a T-bar stance.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, either whichever one you feel more comfortable doing, I think that's going to give you.
I started practicing my English accent last night.
How you doing?
My wife thinks it's absolutely fucking horrible.
Is it really bad?
I was trying to learn how to say protein.
Protein?
No. Do you know a guy named Kuba?
Yeah, I know Kuba, yeah.
So I watched one of his videos. I don't know why. It came up in my screen.
Kuba's from Rotherham, which basically isn't even fucking English. I can barely understand Kuba.
I liked it. I was like, I'm watching his fucking video and I'm like, that accent's pretty cool. I'm going to try and learn that.
It's very strange because most American or Canadian people think British people sound like me, which is really generic.
Yeah.
Just English. It's fucking boring. Yeah. Or they sound like James, which he sounds like something I like Snatch.
I like James' accent. It's it's because I love Snatch. It's like my favorite movie.
James is like fucking proper like this, mate. He's a proper fucking geese. You know what I mean? Whereas like up north, like you have like the Asher because he's from Liverpool. I can't understand the fucking word he says.
Yeah. I have trouble understanding Flex.
Like, because with Flex is Welsh, which again is really hard. It's pretty difficult because I think it's more difficult for guys in the US and Canada because you don't have those accents in your day-to-day life.
Yeah, me and Flex. This is a long time ago. We were at a club, and he was talking to me, but the music's playing, so he's trying to yell over the music.
Oh, there's no chance.
No, I just looked at him.
He leaves me little random voice notes out of nowhere, and he'll just be like, "All right, mate, I can't believe I'm fucking shit." I'm like, I have no idea what you just said, Flex. Not a clue.
Okay, because I'm trying to practice my accent.
Accents are really difficult to do.
I threw some out yesterday. My wife said it sounds absolutely horrible and I should never do it again.
Go on.
No, I'm not going to do it. You do it.
No, I've got to turn you up because my washing machine is going berserk.
What?
Can you hear it? You can't hear my washing machine. No. Okay, that's good. It's going like because it's on that final spin. It's about to come. And you know exactly what I mean by that. When your washing machine is just about to climax.
It's like,
and then it goes, and then it goes, bing, 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 because it's done.
That's the smile afterwards.
Yeah, so it is. That's it rolling over going.
All right, this guy wants to hear Luke's American accent.
No. I did it last week. Just go back and listen to that bit on repeat.
Just do some.
No, because it's not very good. It's one of the very few accents I can't really do.
Just say one word.
One word.
See? There it is.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's okay. It's not too bad.
Oh my God.
I'm not doing it again. It's enough of that.
That's hilarious. You sound like such a pussy with an American accent.
It's the worst.
It's crazy. I cannot picture you anymore.
It would depend what dialect though, because if I use like a proper like Brooklyn, like I don't know what the accent is. I'm just like if I did that accent, I'd probably look hard as fuck.
You can't do Brooklyn.
I don't know what the Brooklyn accent is. What is it? Coffee.
It's
coffee. That's what they all fucking say. They're like, hey, I'm walking here. I'm having a cup of coffee. What the fuck you doing, man? I was kind of Mexican.
It was like half Mexican, half
It was half Mexican. It was just I sprinkled the racism in. I didn't want to leave anyone out.
Dude, that's crazy that you sound like that. I cannot see the English accent goes with you now. I can't see it without you. Like,
no, I know. I like having this accent, if I'm honest. I like it.
Well, it's not an accent to you. To you, it's just the way you fucking speak.
But like, so Ben is from Essex. And the way they speak in Essex is not how he speaks. And he's deliberately not using that accent. He's conditioned himself not to speak like that.
I like James's accent. It's hard.
Yeah, because he's from London.
Is that why?
Yeah, he's from Croydon, which is like London. So
that's
like,
one of my fucking. I think that's why too, because Snatch is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, because when we're training, he's like, right, let's fucking go, bruv. Right.
Zach, how can you not train hard? If somebody says,
like, come on, then you fucking cunt. Let's go. Let's fucking go, mate. Come on.
I'd be killing it with him in the gym. It'd be awesome. All right. Let's go to the next one. Best cycle for cutting in your experience. Also, what? Best cycle for cutting. Oh, okay. It's a separate question.
Okay.
Best cycle for cutting, and in your experience, also, when do you pull your test pre-comp?
There is no best for anything really. I think it depends. What do you like? What likes you? What do you get on with?
What's the standard? Let's go with this. What's the standard that you've heard?
The standard normally is everyone's like test, train, master on, Winstrol. That's the standard.
Explain what that means.
So, what do you mean?
Use test, trend, master on. Is that
the test, trend, master on is the standard?
Yeah, cutting stack. Yeah,
that's what everyone suggests.
But what are you saying is, do people take that test out? Because
that's the second part of the question. So the first part of the question was, what's the best cutting stack? That is the one that's the go-to.
Yeah.
And what's when you cut your test out?
Yeah.
Well, I whenever I fly to a show, I don't take any shit with me, so everything comes out like a week out.
So a week out. That's usually what I do too. Okay. Just Mike Fitness says, I've got different answer from multiple people. Is taking a rest day necessary for muscle growth? I'm 16 and I'm a gym rat. I do PPL. I just want to do what's best for my gains. You know what I'm going to say.
Say that again.
Okay, he does push-pull legs and he wants to know if a rest day is necessary. That's it.
Yes.
Of course. A rest day is necessary. Preferably, if you're doing push-pull legs, I just take a day off after the cycle, right?
If you're doing push-pull legs properly, it's really difficult to do push-pull legs in a row.
Oh, really? I've never done it. So
I normally used to do, and I also I don't do push-pull legs, I used to do legs push-pull.
So you take a day off in between them?
So I do legs, then push.
Yeah.
And then I'd take a day off, and then I'd do
okay.
pull, and then it would be push again. Basically, I always wanted there to be a gap, regardless of what the days landed on. I'd always have a day between legs and pull, so my lower back wouldn't be destroyed.
Good idea.
I would always give my lower back a day's rest.
Okay, so yeah, you need a rest, and you need to set up your push-pull legs.
I don't think many other people keep forgetting. You don't grow because you train more. You grow
because you know why though. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but this is why. It's because there's a lot of fucking science out right now. There's a lot of science out right now that people keep reading that it says frequency, and they're confusing between natural and not natural, and fucking if you're trying to look good, just like on the beach. Wait a minute. Or they're trying to say, do I want to look good on the beach, or do I want to look good on the stage, or do I want to be a mass monster or a classic guy? And they're asking one question that blankets the whole fucking thing, and you can't.
Yeah, but if you trained upper lower,
yeah,
and then had one day off in between, you're still only training 4 days a week.
Yeah,
that's 3 days.
But you're hitting each muscle more frequently.
That's fine. But I'm still telling people they need days off.
Yeah, and I agree with you. What I'm saying is a lot of the fucking research is saying that more frequency is better. So guys just don't want to take days off.
Do you know what? Most of these fucking people that we're talking about don't need to. That you train. You know what? If you're one of those people, just train every day, mate. You don't train hard enough to need rests. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Fill your boots.
Yeah.
Not the person who asked the question, but there is a lot of people. The ones who are that like, oh, what's the best split? What should I do? Should I count my macros in my eyeball? Like, listen. You need to rest. You need to train really fucking hard. And you will find out very quickly that you need rest if you're training really fucking hard and you don't have any. Like, I look forward. If you do not look forward to your rest days, you're not training hard enough.
I will say this. I don't look forward to my rest days, but I know I need them. Like, I wake up and I'm like, I need to fucking chill the fuck out.
Like, I'm always, so by Saturday, I'm so glad I'm not training tomorrow because I'm fucked.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
That's what I mean. I don't mean like, oh, I get to rest. It's more like if you don't get to like, if you can train more than 2 or 3 days in a row, you're likely not training hard enough unless you're a freak.
I saw one guy post something about training every body every day, every body part every day.
Right.
And I'm like, and he's trying to explain all these different scientific charts about how it's better and you're going to grow more. And the way that bros do things is the wrong way. And
is because most professional bodybuilders who are the most muscular men in the world do it the bro way.
But then whenever you ask that, people are like, it's because you do steroids. And I'm like, I don't think that's the only reason. But I think it comes back to more of what you're talking about is
my friend Rich Kozdecki is the best natural bodybuilder on the planet, most likely, and he does the bro split and always has.
Yeah. But this is a confusing thing is it seems like the only lifestyle or sport, whatever you want to call it, where all the top guys in the fucking world, all of them are doing this thing. And there's a bunch of people that are nowhere near those guys. And they're like,
we've talked about these guys.
And they're like, those guys are wrong.
Yeah, the nerd bodybuilders.
But it's not even the nerd.
Out of my sport, you little cunts.
But it's not even just the nerd bodybuilders anymore.
No, it is. It is. I'm going to rant now. Fuck off, all of you. Stop coming into this sport that all of us are doing it correctly. Because look at us versus look at you, and telling everyone we're doing it wrong and you're doing it right. When you look like shit, and you haven't been doing this enough to know whether you're wrong or right, because you read it in a fucking study.
Yeah.
Why don't you look at the studies with your own eyes that are around you? The proof is in the pudding.
But then you get confused.
There is enough.
But wait a minute. Then you get confused because of guys like JP who are like push-pull legs and they're massive.
But JP is phenomenal. I can pick apart his physique in 2 seconds. There is so much missing on his frame that he would definitely bring up if he didn't do push-pull legs. But his goal isn't to do that. His goal is to be as big and strong as possible. And that is why he looks that way. I don't think he's interested in building the most complete aesthetic, incredible physique, which is what professional bodybuilding is. JP is a different animal. JP is a freak of nature, and that's what he wants to be. But I don't think he's a very good bodybuilder in terms of because he has so many missing body parts. Yeah. And that's the difference. There is a major, major difference between doing what JP does and trying to become a professional bodybuilder that's competitive, because you cannot have gaps. Yeah. It doesn't matter how much.
But what I think what I'm saying is, and I'm just playing devil's advocate because I know there's people out there that are thinking this. Yep. So people are probably going to say, yeah, but if my goal is just to build the most amount of muscle, look how big JP is.
Yeah. None of you train as hard as Jordan.
So you're saying it's okay as long as you train hard.
Nobody can train as hard as Jordan for that long, that consistently, and do what he does. I'm sorry, but Jordan is a freak. So like all these JP followers, sorry guys, none of you are ever going to be on this level because none of you have that mindset.
It's almost like they took the easy way.
Jordan shakes like a shitting dog when he trains.
I know.
Because he is put, and he changes. He's the nicest, most placid person until you get him in the gym. Yeah. Because he takes it out in the gym, and he's always injured. He's always hurt because he pushes his body to levels that no one else does. He shouldn't be that big. He shouldn't be that big. Yeah. But he takes a crazy amount of drugs, which he admits he's got it on his site. He does crazy shit in the gym. He eats a phenomenal amount of food. But the thing is, and all people will say is they'll ignore everything I just said and say he does push-pull legs.
Why do you think people are so apt to not believe us? Like, why do you think people are like, yeah, those guys are the biggest guys, but XYZ? They'd rather believe some little shithead.
I don't know.
Why do you think that happens?
I don't know. I absolutely have no idea.
Like if you came to me and said, hey, this mechanic spent 20 fucking years building Ford Mustangs. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And this other mechanic spent 20 years building all different types of cars, but he doesn't specialize in any of them. I would take my Mustang to the guy who built Mustangs. Yes. Not that the analogy is probably shit for you because you don't know cars, but
I know what a Mustang is, mate.
That's what I figured that. So all I'm saying is if it's like this, we spent 20 years doing this thing and people are still like, yeah, but I think you might be wrong. And I'm like, it's my fucking specialty. Like I literally ate, slept, and fucking breathed this thing for 20 years.
And also, I think all these knobheads don't realize if there was a better way, we'd be fucking doing it.
I got in an argument with somebody online once because they're like, hey, studies show that if I eat 5,000 calories in one meal, it's the same as if I eat 5,000 calories in 6 meals. And I was like, man, do you know how much I hate packing food and how much I love binging? This would solve all my problems. I could just sit down and smash 5,000 calories every night before bed and everything would be the same. I'm like, don't you think I fucking thought of that? Don't you think I've tried what you're saying?
Yeah, I know. And it's like, if there was a better way, we'd all be fucking doing it.
Yeah, you get me fucking riled up again.
I love it. It's good though. It's good because it's like I always use Jordan as an example because he's the best example. What he is doing doesn't work for most people because they do not do what he does.
Well,
like they don't do what he does in the kitchen or in the gym.
Yeah.
They don't put what he puts in his body. Jordan doesn't. He is a freak. But the people who he does coach, who do follow him, that are consistent, are certainly getting really good results and getting the best results. But again, I've done push-pull legs. Speaking from my own experience, if you want to ask me about push-pull legs, it is the best way to leave a lot of holes in your physique unless you're genetically gifted. People say I'm genetically gifted. I did push-pull legs for 2 or 3 years, had shit arms. Yeah. Now I'm known for having really good arms. It's one of my best body parts.
Yeah.
And because I gave them their own day, I use my brain. This doesn't work, so let's apply this. Yeah. Don't be married to ideas. Don't think, oh, he does it, that's better.
You know what I found? You know what I found is people only look to those people when it's something easier. Yeah. Like push-pull legs. I'm not saying Jordan's does it either way he does it is easy, but doing that split is easier to think about in the week. I can do less every day and just get everything done and I'm out. Yeah. And they do the same thing with Dorian Yates. They're like, Dorian Yates, just low volume. You just did 2 sets and he fucking left. And I'm like, you don't have his focus. You don't have his.
Go and train with Jordan. Go and train with Dorian. Then come back and tell me that it's easier.
But what I'm trying to get to is nobody ever says, look at Seth. If you watch one of Seth's videos, I watch one of his, I don't know, something like get a bigger chest or some shit. Yeah. And I think he does like 20 fucking sets of just pre-exhaust before his workout.
I think what I think it is Seth is so genetically blessed that he can do pretty much anything and it works. So no one can draw inspiration from that. Not to say he's not.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true.
But someone like Jordan has had to like hammer every ounce of muscle into his frame, and he did it that way. And people think they can replicate that, but most people can't replicate that in their minds. They can't replicate Seth Feroce because he's genetically gifted.
What I'm saying is I don't think people want to fucking replicate Seth Feroce's program because it would take you most people take an hour and a half to 2 hours.
There's probably that as
most people don't want to go to the gym. Listen, I'm telling you, I counted the sets. After all the warm-ups, you're looking at like 40, 50 fucking sets. I'm like, this is insane. But obviously he's conditioned his body to do it. What I'm trying to say is, the average fucking nerd won't go, well, look at Seth. Yeah. But they'll point to Dorian Yates because it's easier. It's like, look, it's only 2 sets.
You know what actually is funny? You know, we were talking about last week, I was saying about these like these modern hip-hop wannabe superstar bodybuilders.
Yeah.
And the nerd bodybuilders.
Yeah.
The fucking hip-hop chav pretty bodybuilders, they train really fucking hard.
Because they want to look good for their photos.
Yeah. Right. So and I bet none of them really do the push-pull legs. I bet most of them do row splits.
Yeah.
It's like there is proof everywhere that it's not the best way.
You know why I like the flashy bodybuilders? Sorry, go ahead.
It's the hard work.
Yeah.
You can't outthink bodybuilding muscle. There is no easier way. I get paid to build muscle. If there was a fucking better way, I'd be doing it.
I just, I think the flashy bodybuilders work harder than the nerd bodybuilders because the nerd bodybuilders are all about finding an easier way and looking at the studies.
Yes.
Their goal is like, okay, if I wear these shoes and I wear if I wear these compression socks and if I bench with my fucking back arched, like fucking in half, that's the best way to build a chest.
Yeah.
No pro bodybuilder I've seen does it that way.
No.
But this is better. The science said so.
Yeah, well, fuck yourself. Man.
That's why the nerd guys are fucking more annoying.
I'm going to bring out a t-shirt that says, pick up a barbell and put down the fucking textbook.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
It's mine.
All right, let's get through a couple more. We've been at it for
400 years.
How long is this going on now? What time you start at? It's been about an hour and a half. Okay, let's get a couple more. Yeah.
Let's go.
This one's geared. I thought I was talking to Cedric for a second there.
Yeah, let's go.
This question is geared more towards Fouad because you're a great poser and I can actually enjoy the art of posing. What are your thoughts on pro bodybuilders copying another pro's posing routine? Pose for pose, same song, same transition.
I'm well offended by that. I'm not. I'm terrible.
All right, I'm going to be honest. If another pro used my routine, I would be flattered because they're a peer. or if anybody used my routine, I'd be flattered. But my personal thoughts are, I try not to copy fucking anything. I'm mortified at the thought of me copying other people's shit. I go to great lengths, and I'll give you a perfect example. We came out with our pre-workout. We came out with our label, right? Yeah. And I looked at the label, and I'm like, oh, it's a fucking really nice label. And then I showed it to a friend of mine, and my friend was like, kind of looks like such and such a company's label. And I was like, no, it doesn't. They're like, yeah, it looks similar. I'm like, nah, it's different colors. So then I ignored him, and I just kept going, because I was like, it doesn't look like that. I take it to my brother, because my brother's part owner of the company, and I show him the label, and then I show him a few of the other companies in the industry, and they're like, your label looks like this label's company, or this company's label. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, are you serious? You see the same? He's like, yeah, it looks really similar, just different colors. I fucking went back to the drawing board and redid the whole label. I was like, the whole label's scrapped.
Yeah, of course.
Because it just, but other people don't do that. Other people look to copy exactly what, and then they just try and do the.
You mean like how Dragon Farmer absolutely rip off the shit out of everything Redcon 1 do?
Yeah.
That's why I'm blocked from their page, because I kept hashtagging Redcon 2.
Can I do that? Am I? Because I know a guy doing that to me right now.
It's so fucking bad.
Am I allowed to do that? Can I go hashtag?
If they are ripping you off, just fuck him over. What are you doing? Like, taking inspiration, brilliant, great.
Yeah.
Ripping off,
yeah.
Get out.
Yeah. So if somebody takes inspiration, yeah, that's what I mean. Like if I'm posing and somebody takes inspiration from my routine, or I might take it. Everybody's copying everybody's routine at some point.
Yeah, there's nothing really that original out there. It's all the same.
Like you do the Dorian pose. Other people I see do the Kevin Levrone, like side shot, most muscular. Like
I actually did that pose as an homage, like the
side shot, most muscular.
No, me when I do that Dorian.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah,
that wasn't that. I didn't try and claim that as mine. That was me saying.
Oh, I know.
But everyone hated me for that.
Oh, that's fuck off.
It's so funny. I did it for a very innocent reason. I did it for like.
Well, no, you're doing it. You're doing it.
The fucking man. I want to say I've copied you. That you have inspired me to get to this point, kind of thing.
That's right. You're doing it out of respect.
People of Dorian, so I just do it all the time.
Yeah, but that's the people that don't fucking know. I'm pretty sure Dorian probably saw it and probably was like, "Oh, that's cool. He's fucking another British bodybuilder, and he's showing me respect." So, anyway, am I allowed? So there's somebody extremely popular online that it kind of is biting my shit. Not 100%, but it's pretty close.
Who is it?
I can't say.
Okay.
Because I kind of like the person.
Okay.
But now I dislike the person.
What are they copying? Your brand or the hostile? Is
some of my branding.
I'm
not gonna say exactly what it is.
Just tell me afterwards.
I'm gonna say, all I'm asking you is, do I leave that alone or do I call him out?
I would call him out and just message him and be very polite. Because I don't like embarrassing people or making them feel bad. I'd rather say, look, I don't know if you're doing it on purpose, but I need to point out a lot of your stuff looks a lot like mine. Mm-hmm. What the fuck are you doing, you cunt?
The second half that sounded more like me.
Yeah, exactly. I'd just throw a bit of Fouad there. But no, okay. I would just mention it. Would be quite polite about it, because he might genuinely not know he's doing it on purpose. He might think it's
I totally think he knows.
I don't know, because I have no idea who it is. But he might be thinking he's taking inspiration from you, and you can just see it as directly copying you.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I guarantee you it's not inspiration, but we'll talk about it after.
Okay. Right. Well, there's one. Thoughts on tattoos? It's not really. I don't really know. That's a very vague question. What are your? I
think he means like with bodybuilding, and I know what I'm gonna say is if it's impeding the way your muscle looks, it's a horrible idea. I've heard judges say that.
Yeah, if you're a bodybuilder, I would probably not have any. That's why I don't have any.
I have a couple, but they're in places and they're small where like it doesn't really affect anything. But I know guys that have like their whole back tattooed. Judges fucking hate that shit. I have none. And even when they try and cover that shit up, it actually makes your skin look worse with the cover up that they put on. It does, yeah, it does. Yeah. So on stage, I don't like it. In real life, yeah, they're cool. Well, who cares about real life? Yeah. I actually, you know what? In real life, I think tattoos are. Maybe it's just me being very 90s and 2000s here. Nothing to do about bodybuilding. Simmer down.
Lee Priest. Tattoos for me are very much they always used to reflect that you could see somebody covered in tattoos and be like, that dude loves metal.
Yeah.
Like it came with an image that I like.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Why the fuck are the chavs stealing it? Why are they stealing like Converse? I'm seeing like guys that used to spit on old people outside like corner shops now wearing Converse.
I wear Converse.
Yeah, but you're not. You listen to metal. You're not a chav. You don't go around like I don't know if you have.
What's a chav?
It's like a cunt, basically. It's just the people who hang around in groups outside shops, belittling everyone. Cunts. And they dress and they wear like expensive sport. They're just tacky, fucking horrible people.
Just douchey, shitty people.
Yeah, and it's like, and I keep seeing them like stealing shit that used to belong to people that like images like skinny jeans.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? When I was like younger, I've never worn them because I don't like them.
Yeah.
That's Aaron's party. I don't like them, so I just see but usually very much people within the music scenes.
Yeah.
That would wear them, and now I'm seeing people who are nothing like that. It's like they kind of steal stuff. And when I see people covered in tattoos, I'm like, oh, like Travis Barker as an example.
Yeah.
Now you'll see somebody who doesn't even listen to music covered in tattoos, and it's throwing me off. I can't deal with this. I don't know what's what anymore. I think the reason I'm getting so upset about it all is because I'm getting old.
Yeah, but I know. That's why I try not to bark about that shit, because then it makes me feel like I'm
getting old.
Fuck.
So I'm getting old. And I'm
but I know what you mean though, because at some point certain things mean certain things to you.
Yeah. And
then it gets adopted by the masses and it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty much.
It's like bodybuilding.
But it's almost
like bodybuilding. Bodybuilding used to be like really hard, fucked up people that just like to lift weights and sweat and get huge, and they didn't care about being pretty and having tiny little waists and like showing off. And now bodybuilding is like, how great can you look every day on Instagram and how awesome. And that's what tattoos are. Tattoos were like hard ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, it was almost like, but the thing is, I'm not taking anything away from tattoos because tattoos are cool. And if I was,
I know that,
but it's like there's a lot less
meaning.
Yeah. Like there's so many girls have ink these days. Like my ex, she was covered in ink.
Yeah. Remember you used to see a girl with a tattoo and you'd be like, whoa.
Yeah, and now they're covered.
Yeah, there was like a special thing.
To be fair, I quite like it.
Do you?
Do you like it? I quite like these weird new.
I'm not a fan of the tramp stamp.
I don't mind that as long as there's loads of other stuff joined onto it.
If there's other stuff to it, yeah. But like girls.
Yeah. But I mean, girls that are like covered. I actually like.
I like it when there's a little like a saying like under their tit right here.
No, I mean, I genuinely like. I not on every girl. Some girls, but you know the girls you see that have all over their neck, all over their chest, fucking sleeves, everything, piercings, green hair. I like it.
So I'll say this:
like gamer girls that are into. I was talking about this with James. Actually. This
is gonna sound really stupid and obvious, but only a good-looking girl can get away with that.
No, because I think girls that aren't that good looking that do that, it makes them more attractive in a different way.
You think it gives them like an image, like a style?
It gives them an image. They're wearing what they are. I like that.
I see what you're saying, but you're a fucking weird girl like that.
But when you're a hot girl covered in ink and stuff, you're like, whoa, fucking me. I'm putting this out there, Christy Mack, mate.
Yeah. But that's also an anal fixation.
Back in the day, forget the anal, just her covered in, like she's phenomenal anyway. Put ink on her, 10 times better.
But
then again, hang on, wait. But women, so many women love the inked men. They could be a cunt looking ugly motherfucker because they got ink. The girls are like, yeah, he's my bae.
What if Christy Mack wanted to go out with you, but she's like, we can't do anal?
I'm like, what the fuck are you talking to me for? Have you not listened to the podcast? Get out.
But she just said she's your favorite.
Yeah, for that reason, really. That's
quite
a big reason. But
so you're saying it has nothing to do with the tattoos?
It had nothing to do with my point regarding tattoos. But it had, no, she's
You totally just gave yourself away, man.
Yeah, fuck.
You're like, I love her tattoos. Not really.
No, but I do. But what I mean is, it's like, she is a very beautiful woman anyway with a phenomenal body. You put that with tattoos and it changes the whole image. It changes the whole look. It's like it changes.
No, that's bullshit.
I find if you get a beautiful woman and you cover them in ink, their image is totally different.
I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm saying you're lying. because it's Christy Mack's.
I just used her as an example, you fucking prick. I could have used anyone, but I couldn't think of anyone off the top of my head.
I actually think I'm gonna get more tattoos because I have this tattoo going down the back of my arm.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about finishing my forearm now.
Yeah, that's cool. I think if I didn't compete, I would be covered. But that's not because I think it's more because of the whole music thing. And that's
what I mean. It's your style. Yeah, it's your thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what we think about tattoos. Let's do one more and we'll wrap it up. Let's see a good one here.
Can people stop calling it bollocks as well? It's bollocks. It's an O.
Bollocks.
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 Yeah, that's it. Bollocks.
I can't say it.
You can. Bollocks. You say it just fine, but a lot of people think it's bollocks.
A lot of people on here have said we don't have to answer any questions and people just like it anyway.
I think it's going to been a pretty good mix.
Today's a pretty good mix. I think the show sucks every time we do it.
I don't, because every time you do it, you're like, you message me afterwards and you're like, I don't know if I should post this, man. And I'm like, dude, I've just spent an hour and a half of my life. And otherwise it was a conversation with you I didn't need to have. fucking post it.
You're an asshole.
Well, no, because if you and I were not recording, we'd probably talk about far more interesting subjects.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right. Let's just get one. I'm trying to find one more like really good one.
I've got one. Have you ever had a female training partner?
My first coach was a female. I don't know if that counts. And I did have a female training partner for a little while. I used to train.
That counts because that was the question.
Well, I had both. I had a female coach and I had a female training partner.
Yeah, that doesn't count because that.
But my female training partners are like come and go because like I trained with my ex for a little while, and then that didn't really work out. And then I trained.
That's what I was going to say. I have, but it was my ex because she was a physique pro.
I just don't. I like having a separation, man. Me and my wife works out sometimes now, and I train with her, like here and there. But it's more of like a fun thing. It's not like if I was getting ready.
I wouldn't like it.
I don't know. I don't want to dissuade anybody from doing it with their wife or the girlfriend. I don't think people are like, "Oh, bro, my girl's not strong enough to train with me." I'm like, that's not the reason. It's
Shut up, prick.
Yeah. I just like having a little bit of separation.
For me, I wouldn't like training with my girlfriend because my gym is my time. I'm at work.
Yeah, that's what I meant by separation. It's
but training for fun's fun, and I think having a female training partner is great, but I don't think you need to be training some body parts with a woman. Like you don't need to be doing a full chest day with a woman.
Yeah.
But if you train legs with a woman, like a good like bikini physique or figure girl, they are probably going to destroy you.
You think so?
Yeah, they don't feel pain.
I do. I trained once with a girl that I'm like, I'm going to kill this girl. She's going to die. And she was fine. Like, you did the whole workout. She's like, I'm okay. What's next?
Yeah. Because they're nowhere near as big. Their oxygen debt's not like ours. And for some reason, women can just do reps.
I know.
They just keep going and going and going.
I don't know if it's a fact or not, but I think I read or heard somewhere that like a woman's pain tolerance is like 9 times that of a man. Which would make sense because they have to give birth. So I don't know if that's true or not.
There's age old,
not old age.
Yeah, age old debate going on with the but we get kicked in the bollocks, and that's worse.
I'm telling you, man, it's not worse. Like I'm telling you, like I know. I'm telling you, like I know.
You're like, dude, trust me. What? Okay. Children and.
Okay, secondly, let me rephrase. I can't see it being worse.
Well, this is again the kind of the punchline of the whole, anecdote is no man ever asks for a kick in the balls again, whereas women tell one another.
That's true.
So I'm not sure. Although I do think pushing a human being out of your vagina is probably worse than getting kicked in the balls. Dude,
it's like this, like.
It does dilate, not that makes any difference.
It's like it goes from like.
I reckon it's probably the equivalent of us pushing a golf ball out of our.
It goes from like this to like this.
Yeah, it's pretty big, isn't it? But I think it's the equivalent of us pushing a tennis ball out of our dick.
Like, imagine the worst shit you ever took, and then multiply it by 10.
Yeah, that was bad. Have you ever done a shit that almost defeated you though?
Yes, yeah. That's exactly why
when it comes out, you're like, whoa.
I've totally been there. I was like,
do you know what? As well, like last week on your page, I know some guy was like, "I stopped listening as soon as you mentioned toilet paper, you idiot," or something like that.
Oh, did they really?
I was like, "Fuck off."
That's where he draws the line. He's like,
it was like we've talked about everything else, and it was also right at the end. So basically, he made it all the way through and was like, "Toilet paper, I'm turning this smut off."
We're like, there's only 5 minutes left, you asshole.
Well, we've probably been talking about like fisting and all this horrendous other stuff.
Another guy did that to me too. He commented in the YouTube comments, and he was like, I don't want to listen to you guys talk about Luke's oral fixations, so I'm going to move on. And I'm like, all right. Like, I don't know. What do you want us to do? This is our show. Take it or leave it.
What oral fixations?
Your fucking anal fixation. Your fucking orifice.
You're the one that brings it up.
You're the one who has it. I bring it up. It's like when you outed James.
Mate, like putting your penis in an asshole is not that weird, is it? It is not strange. It's not.
James,
I've had girls message me like say I do anal with my partner. You're right, and I've had other guys message me saying my wife loves it. Fouad is mistaken.
Listen, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm saying it's your fixation. That's all I'm saying.
But the thing is, I don't bring it up. You do.
It comes up.
It does come up.
And Can I ask you a question?
It's not like I like talking about it. I'm quite a private person.
I need to know a question. I tried to get James to answer this, but he couldn't have weasel his way around it.
Yeah.
If you have a foot fetish, is he getting like a foot massage with his fucking? You know what I'm saying?
No, he's not. No, he's not. I think he would like to.
He's not doing that?
But his missus didn't know he liked feet until the episode came out.
Until last week?
Yeah.
So you think he's banged some feet in the last week?
I hope so. I'm going to ask him tomorrow.
She just puts her feet together and he just...
she sits like that. She sits as if she's like meditating with her feet. With her fingers like this, her feet together. And James
is this serious?
No, but like the thing is, but so many people like feet.
I know.
It's like being sexually attracted to someone's elbow. It means nothing to me. As long as you have them, I'm all right.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's like gross. It's just I'm just fascinated by it.
Yeah, I get zero from it.
Yeah, like nothing. I've never gotten anything from it.
Yeah, it's very strange. It's not like to me. It's strange because I'm not interested in it. Just like the guy who was like, "They'll deal about Luke's anal fascinations." Like it probably offended him because he's probably a Catholic. Fuck off.
He just really didn't. I think he was just very offended at the conversation. And I'm like, look, man, I got another podcast. It's called Real Bodybuilding, and it's calm and normal, and we have to talk about normal shit. I'm like, my podcast with Luke is what we talk about, man. It's everything. Anything goes.
Yeah, it's just two guys talking about stuff they enjoy.
It's all right. Anyway, on that note, we got some anal in, so we can let it go now.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Where's the anal talk?" You can't please anyone, really. If we didn't talk about it, everyone would be like, where's the anal talk? And if we talk about it too much, knobheads like that is like, I don't listen to this smut.
It's okay. The people that like it, because some of them are like, you didn't talk about bodybuilding at all, and they get pissed off. And then others are like, you don't have to talk about bodybuilding ever.
I think this is a well-balanced episode. So if you're not impressed, sorry.
I'm going to text you in 10 minutes and ask you if it's a shitty episode or not.
Yeah, please just don't and just fucking post it.
Okay.
How do you come up with a little minute clip you post?
I just pick something in the middle of the show that I thought was funny.
You never post good bits, though.
What are you talking about? Last week was great. I posted about.
Yeah, that was true. That was good. But normally we're talking about something really mundane. I'm not saying you should.
That's not true at all.
I don't know. I don't really watch them today. I just repost them. So how many hits do you think we're getting now, including all like SoundCloud and iTunes and all of it?
If I had to add everything, I'd probably say some episodes are up to 30,000.
It's not bad, is it?
I think it's pretty good for. Look, man. Like I said, that's every week. That's every week. That's pretty good. When I look at other bodybuilding podcasts, like I looked at MDs.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, I mean, people seem to like what we're doing, so we'll just keep doing it, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, I'm going to go. I'm going to eat. And I got to go train and shit so I can get bigger than you and beat you this year when we get on stage.
Are you having a laugh?
You're just lucky I'm 41. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I'm lucky you're 41.
All right.
I'm the lucky one, am I? Right, I need to go and eat because I'm all
right. I'll catch you next week.
Right, see you later, guys. Bye. Not guys, just for you, Fouad. See you later, foo.
Later, y'all.